Success isn't a destination, it's a journey. And the journey is where the magic happens. Are you ready to embrace yours? When I look at Alibaba's success, many people think it was a grand idea that happened overnight. But the truth is completely different. The secret isn't in doing something huge and dramatic every day, but in taking small steps, making tiny adjustments that lead to great results over time. It's like a drop of water that, little by little, carves through a rock. Never underestimate the power of improving by just 1% every day. By the end of the year, you'll be 37 times better than when you started. When I was young, I failed so many times that I lost count. I was rejected in job interviews, I failed entrance exams, and I even had people laugh at my ideas. But every time that happened, I asked myself, what can I learn from this? What small change can I make to improve? That mindset kept me moving forward. The secret, my friend, is not avoiding mistakes, but adjusting your sails every time the wind changes direction. Picture your life as a massive mosaic. Every action you take is a single piece. It may seem insignificant to place just one piece today, but in 5 years, you'll have a masterpiece. And you know what's most fascinating? People will look at the finished mosaic and think, what luck he had, but only you will know it was the power of daily small improvements that made it possible. I often say, if you don't want to make small mistakes today, you'll never be able to fix big problems tomorrow. Isn't it exciting to think that each small step you take today is shaping the future you dream of? What small action can you take today that might seem insignificant now, but will lead to transformation over time? You don't need to do something extraordinary tomorrow. You don't need to run a 42-kilometer marathon. Just start with a 10-minute walk. Pick up a book and read 5 pages. Swap 5 minutes of scrolling on social media for 5 minutes learning something new. Not only will this transform your life, but it will also create a virtuous cycle of self-confidence and progress. Small actions lead to big changes, and that's something no one can take away from you. Have you ever stopped to think about how the way we react to situations can completely change the outcome? Life is unpredictable, full of ups and downs, but our attitude determines how much we grow from each challenge. I always say that a positive attitude is like the sun. It doesn't change reality, but it lights the way. Have you ever had a hard day and managed to overcome it just by choosing to see the bright side? That is the power of attitude. I remember when we were starting Alibaba. We had no resources, no advanced technology, but we had one thing: belief. I would tell my team, if not now, when? If not us, who? These words weren't just motivational. They forced us to face every obstacle as an opportunity to learn, grow, and build something meaningful. You see, a negative attitude acts like an anchor. It holds you down, making you feel like you're sinking even when the boat is still afloat. On the other hand, a positive attitude is like a sail that catches the wind. Even if you don't know exactly where the wind will take you, it keeps you moving forward. The important thing is not to have all the answers, but to be willing to navigate through uncertainty. I often say that attitude is like the foundation of a building. If it's weak, you can't build anything lasting. Whether you're a student, an entrepreneur, or someone trying to reconnect with your dreams, your attitude is the base of everything. How do you face a problem? How do you respond when the plan doesn't work out? These moments shape who you are far more than the easy ones. Remember, what you feel is what you attract. If you fill yourself with hope and determination, you'll start seeing opportunities where you once only saw obstacles. Your attitude not only affects your destiny, but also the people around you. Ask yourself, what kind of energy are you bringing into the world today? Is it the kind of energy that will attract the doors you want to open? Dreaming is wonderful, but have you noticed how many people stop there? They talk about their big plans but never put them into action. Why? Because they lack discipline. Discipline is the bridge that connects where you are now to where you want to go. Without it, even the greatest dreams remain trapped on paper. I believe discipline isn't something we're born with, it's something we build. Like a muscle, it strengthens with daily use. I remember a phase when Alibaba faced enormous challenges. Our team was overwhelmed, resources were scarce, and the pressure was immense. It was then that I realized, no matter how big the dream, it's the consistency of small actions that keeps us in the game. I used to say, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. And that starts with discipline. Working even when you're not motivated. Persisting even when everything seems against you. Have you ever seen a river carve through a mountain? It doesn't do so because it's strong. It does so because it's persistent. Discipline is the river of life. Small daily acts, waking up early, completing your tasks, studying, planning, may seem insignificant today, but they create profound impact over time. And the most interesting part? Discipline doesn't need to be perfect. There will be days when you fail. That's okay. What matters is getting back on track. Some people think discipline means giving up freedom, but it's quite the opposite. True freedom comes from having control over your own life. When you master your habits and choices, the world stops being a place of uncertainty and becomes a series of opportunities waiting for you. With discipline, you turn dreams into goals and goals into achievements. Think about this. Every time you decide to delay something important or give in to laziness, you're building a wall between yourself and your dream. But every time you take action, even if it's something small, you're placing a brick on the bridge that will lead you to where you want to go. What brick will you place today? Have you ever thought about how much communication shapes your life? Often, it's not the smartest or most talented person who succeeds, but the one who knows how to connect, express ideas, and truly listen. In the early days of Alibaba, I knew I wasn't the best programmer or the top technology expert, but there was one thing I could do: communicate my vision to others. That changed everything. I always tell young people, if you want to lead, learn to communicate. Communication isn't just about speaking well, it's about listening with empathy. How many times have you heard someone without truly paying attention? This is a rare but powerful skill. When you genuinely listen, you build trust. And trust is the foundation of all relationships, whether at work, in your family, or in business. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that a clear message can open doors. In the beginning, many people doubted my idea of creating an online marketplace in China. My challenge was to convince them it was possible. How did I do that? By using stories, metaphors, and a clear vision of the future. Effective communication isn't about complicating things. It's about making them simple and understandable. Think about the best leaders you know. What makes them inspiring? It's not just what they say, but how they say it. Good communication is like glue that binds teams together, resolves conflicts, and creates opportunities. I believe anyone can improve this skill. Start small. Ask for feedback on how you express yourself. Practice the art of listening more, and use words that inspire action. Have you ever reflected on the impact your words can have? A simple thank you can change someone's day. I believe in you can transform a life. Ask yourself, how can you use your communication today to create deeper connections and propel your dreams? This is a key that's already in your hands. Have you ever felt stuck? Not because of the world around you, but because of the thoughts in your mind? Many of the limits we face don't come from external obstacles, but from the beliefs we carry. I've seen it time and again. People saying, I can't do this, or it's impossible for someone like me. The truth is, if you change your mindset, you change your life. When you replace I can't with I'm learning, everything begins to shift. When I started Alibaba, no one believed it could work, not even me at first. But then I realized something. The biggest barrier was not technology or resources. It was my own doubts. I often remind myself and others, when you're poor, if you have a dream, you never feel poor. Dreams are powerful because they transform your focus and energy, allowing you to overcome challenges that once seemed insurmountable. Imagine your mind as a garden. Negative beliefs are weeds that choke the growth of what you truly want to cultivate. It doesn't happen overnight, but with time and attention, you can pull those weeds out and plant seeds of confidence, determination, and curiosity. It all starts with a single decision: to believe in the possibility of change. You might be wondering, how do I transform my thoughts? Start by questioning your beliefs. Ask yourself, is this really true, or is it just a story I've been telling myself? Every time you challenge a limiting belief, you open a door to new possibilities. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, consume content that uplifts you, and most importantly, be patient with yourself. Think about the words you tell yourself daily. Are they helping you grow, or are they holding you back? The beautiful part is that you have the power to rewrite those words, to create a narrative that empowers you to move forward. Remember, the limits in your mind are often the only ones that truly exist. Time is the one thing we all have in common. Whether you're rich or poor, young or old, we each get the same 24 hours in a day. The difference between those who thrive and those who struggle lies in how they manage it. I often ask, are you using your time wisely, or is it slipping through your fingers like sand? In the early days of Alibaba, we had no money and no resources, but we had time. I told my team, if you want to catch the rabbit, don't change the rabbit, change yourself. We focused on making every minute count, whether it was brainstorming ideas, improving our processes, or connecting with people who shared our vision. Time wasn't just a resource, it was our most valuable asset. Think of time as currency. Every day you're spending it on something. Are you investing it in activities that bring you closer to your goals? Or are you wasting it on distractions? Imagine someone handing you $86,400 every morning, representing the seconds in your day. Would you waste it, or would you use it wisely? That perspective can change how you approach each moment. One of the most effective ways to manage your time is to set priorities. Start your day by identifying what truly matters. Block out time for deep focus, but don't forget to schedule breaks. Even the hardest workers need moments to recharge. I've learned that productivity isn't about doing everything. It's about doing the right things. Ask yourself, how can you take control of your time today? The way you spend your hours determines the quality of your life. Time is limited, but your ability to manage it is infinite. Don't let it control you. Learn to master it. Because once you do, you'll realize that time isn't just a resource. It's your greatest opportunity. Education doesn't stop when you leave school. In fact, that's just the beginning. The world is evolving at a speed faster than we've ever seen before, and if you stop learning, you'll be left behind. I always say, 50% of the jobs we know today will disappear in the next 20 years, but another 50 to 60% of jobs we've never imagined will be created. So how do you prepare for a future that's constantly changing? By committing to lifelong learning. When I started Alibaba, I didn't know much about the internet or e-commerce, but I had one thing, curiosity. I made it a habit to learn something new every day, no matter how small. Whether it was reading articles, listening to experts, or observing trends, I realized that learning is like adding tools to your toolbox. The more you learn, the better prepared you are for challenges that come your way. Think of learning as a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. A simple habit like reading 10 pages of a book every day can change the way you think. Books like The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey or Grit by Angela Duckworth can give you perspectives that transform your mindset and sharpen your skills. Learning doesn't have to be formal. It's about being open to new ideas wherever you find them. But continuous learning isn't just about acquiring knowledge. It's about applying it. Knowledge that sits unused is like a car that never leaves the garage. It has potential, but no impact. Use what you learn to solve problems, improve your relationships, or advance your career. Every piece of information you absorb can become a stepping stone toward your goals. Ask yourself, what new skill or insight can you gain today? The beauty of learning is that it's never too late to start. The moment you decide to invest in your growth, you're already ahead of most people. The question isn't if you'll grow, it's how much you'll grow when you embrace the habit of continuous learning. Gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can develop. In a world where we're constantly chasing the next thing, it's easy to focus on what we lack instead of appreciating what we already have. But here's the truth. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel good, it transforms the way you see your life and the opportunities around you. I remember a time when Alibaba was struggling. There were days when it felt like we wouldn't make it. But instead of focusing on what we didn't have, money, resources, connections, we focused on what we did have, a passionate team, a big dream, and the will to fight for it. I realized that when you're thankful for what you have, you see possibilities that others overlook. Gratitude isn't just an emotion, it's a mindset. When you practice gratitude daily, you shift from a scarcity mentality to one of abundance. Instead of thinking, I don't have enough, you start saying, I have everything I need to take the next step. And when you think this way, you attract more positivity and success into your life. A simple exercise you can try is keeping a gratitude journal. Every night, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. It could be a kind word from a friend, a meal you enjoyed, or even just the fact that you made it through a tough day. This habit trains your mind to focus on the good, even in challenging times. Think about this. What are you grateful for today? Gratitude doesn't change your circumstances, but it changes you. And when you change, the world responds. Start small and watch how this one practice can open doors you never thought possible. Purpose is the driving force behind everything meaningful we do. Without it, even the greatest achievements can feel empty. I often tell people that your purpose isn't something handed to you. It's something you discover and refine every day. The question isn't, what is my purpose? But, am I living in alignment with the things that truly matter to me? When I started Alibaba, I wasn't chasing money or fame. My purpose was clear. I wanted to help small businesses grow and succeed. China's small business owners had so much potential, but lacked the tools and opportunities to compete globally. That vision, to empower them, became my guiding star. And when you have a clear purpose, the obstacles along the way become challenges worth overcoming. Finding your purpose is like uncovering a hidden treasure. It's not always obvious, and it requires exploration and reflection. Ask yourself, what brings you joy? What problems are you passionate about solving? Your purpose often lies at the intersection of your talents, your passions, and the needs of the world around you. When you find that sweet spot, everything changes. But discovering your purpose is only the first step. Living it requires commitment, courage, and action. It's not always easy. There will be moments of doubt and fear. But when you stay true to your purpose, you create a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. Your purpose doesn't just elevate you, it inspires others to find their own. Take a moment today to think about what drives you. What's your why? Purpose isn't a destination, it's a journey. The more you live with intention, the clearer your path becomes. And once you start living with purpose, you'll realize that the greatest reward isn't the destination, it's the journey itself. Success isn't about willpower alone, it's about systems. And habits are the foundation of those systems. I've learned that the most successful people in the world don't rely on constant discipline. Instead, they create habits that make success inevitable. A good habit is like an autopilot system. It guides you even when you're not consciously thinking about it. Take exercise, for example. You don't need to spend hours in the gym to stay healthy. A 10-minute daily workout can make a significant difference over time. Similarly, in business, small daily actions like responding to emails promptly, dedicating time to strategy, or reading industry trends can create long-term momentum. Habits compound, just like interest in a bank account. I always tell people, if you don't change your habits, don't expect your results to change. When we started Alibaba, one of the first habits I encouraged in our team was to ask one simple question every day. How can we serve our customers better? That habit shaped our culture and became the backbone of our success. Building a habit is like planting a tree. At first it requires effort and care, but over time, it grows on its own. Start small. Pick one habit that aligns with your goals and commit to it for 21 days. Whether it's waking up earlier, setting daily priorities, or practicing gratitude, every positive habit you build makes success easier and more sustainable. Think about the habits in your life right now. Are they leading you toward the person you want to become? If not, it's never too late to start. The beauty of habits is that they free you from relying on motivation every day. Once your habits are in place, success becomes second nature. Challenges are a part of life, but how you respond to them defines who you become. I've faced countless failures, failing university entrance exams multiple times, being rejected by jobs, and hearing no more times than I can remember. Yet, those experiences taught me the value of resilience. I often say, if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. Resilience is the ability to bounce back stronger after setbacks. When Alibaba was starting, there were moments when giving up seemed like the easier choice. We had no money, no resources, and competitors were constantly trying to crush us. But every time we failed, we learned. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a step on the path to it. Think of resilience like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. It's not about avoiding challenges, but facing them head on and asking, what can I take away from this? Imagine a bamboo tree. It bends in the wind but doesn't break. In life, resilience allows you to adapt, grow, and thrive even in the most challenging circumstances. Building resilience starts with your mindset. It's about seeing problems not as roadblocks but as stepping stones. When you approach setbacks with curiosity instead of frustration, you uncover opportunities hidden within the difficulty. This shift in perspective can turn any challenge into a chance for growth. What challenges are you facing right now? Remember, every successful person you admire has faced failures and adversity. Resilience doesn't guarantee an easy path, but it ensures you keep moving forward. And sometimes, that's all you need to reach your goals. When was the last time you truly rested? In today's fast-paced world, we often glorify overwork, believing it's the only way to succeed. But the truth is, productivity and creativity thrive when work and rest are in balance. If you push too hard without recharging, you risk burning out. And trust me, a burned-out mind achieves nothing. In the early days of Alibaba, I worked relentlessly. But over time, I learned that success isn't just about working harder. It's about working smarter. I told my team, plan your breaks as carefully as you plan your tasks. It's during moments of rest that new ideas come to life, and problems are solved more creatively. Think of rest as an investment in your productivity. Athletes don't train every day without rest because they know their bodies need recovery to perform at their best. Similarly, your mind needs downtime to recharge and function optimally. Even a 15-minute walk or a short meditation session can reset your focus and energy. Balancing work and rest requires discipline. It's about knowing when to step back and when to push forward. Start by creating a schedule that includes breaks and time for reflection. Use those moments to reconnect with your goals, check your progress, and rejuvenate your mind. This balance isn't just good for your productivity, it's essential for your well-being. Ask yourself, are you resting enough to perform at your best? Success isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. To stay in the race, you need to take care of your energy and prioritize your health. Balance isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. In a world driven by technology and competition, there's one skill that stands above the rest: emotional intelligence. It's not just about how smart you are, it's about how well you understand and manage your emotions and the emotions of those around you. I believe that emotional intelligence is the foundation of great leadership and meaningful relationships. Without it, success can feel hollow. I often share with young leaders that understanding emotions is like reading the weather. You can't control the rain, but you can choose to carry an umbrella. Similarly, you can't always control how others act, but you can control how you respond. Great leaders are those who remain calm under pressure, inspire confidence, and create an environment of trust, even in tough times. At Alibaba, I saw firsthand how emotional intelligence could transform challenges into opportunities. There were days when the stress was overwhelming, but I knew that panicking would only make things worse. Instead, I focused on listening to my team, understanding their concerns, and guiding them with clarity. Emotional intelligence isn't about avoiding difficult emotions. It's about channeling them into productive actions. Developing emotional intelligence begins with self-awareness. Take time to reflect on your emotions and understand what triggers them. Are you reacting out of fear or frustration? Or are you responding with intention and purpose? Once you understand yourself, you can begin to empathize with others, building stronger connections and fostering mutual respect. Think about your last interaction. Did your emotions enhance the conversation, or did they create barriers? Emotional intelligence isn't about being perfect, it's about progress. Every step you take toward understanding your emotions and those of others makes you a better leader, partner, and friend. Success is rarely achieved alone. Behind every great achievement is a network of meaningful relationships. I always tell people, your success is not determined by how many people you know, but by how many people trust you. Relationships are the foundation of both personal fulfillment and professional success, and they're built through empathy, consistency, and shared values. In the early days of Alibaba, building relationships was crucial. I didn't have the resources or the expertise to do everything on my own, but I had the ability to connect with people who believed in my vision. Whether it was investors, team members, or partners, I focused on creating trust by being honest, transparent, and showing genuine interest in their goals as well. Strong relationships aren't built overnight. They require effort and attention, just like tending to a garden. Small acts of kindness, gratitude, and communication go a long way in fostering connections. Something as simple as remembering someone's birthday or offering support during a tough time can strengthen bonds and make others feel valued. One of the greatest lessons I've learned is that relationships thrive on mutual benefit. It's not about what you can get from someone, but what you can create together. When you invest in helping others succeed, you create a ripple effect that eventually circles back to you. In business and in life, the more you give, the more you receive. Think about the relationships in your life today. Are you nurturing them, or are you taking them for granted? Building meaningful connections doesn't just make life richer, it creates opportunities you never imagined. The people you invest in today may be the ones who help you achieve your greatest dreams tomorrow. Money is a tool, not the goal. Yet many people allow money to control their lives instead of using it to create freedom. I often remind people, it's not how much you earn, but how much you save and invest that determines your future. Even the smallest financial decisions, when made consistently, can have a profound impact over time. When I started Alibaba, we had very limited resources. We had to make every penny count. I told my team, if we can survive with what we have today, we'll thrive tomorrow. Financial discipline wasn't just about cutting costs. It was about allocating resources to the areas that mattered most. This approach helped us build a sustainable business, even during the toughest times. Think of your finances like planting a tree. The seeds you plant today, saving, budgeting, investing, may not show results immediately, but with patience, they will grow into a strong and lasting foundation. Start small. Even setting aside a little money each month can build up over time and give you the security to chase your dreams without fear. Financial success is about simplicity. Avoid unnecessary debt, focus on long-term growth, and understand the value of compounding. When you're disciplined with your finances, you not only gain control over your future, but also reduce stress and uncertainty. Remember, wealth is not just about abundance, it's about freedom and peace of mind. What simple financial choice can you make today that will have a big impact later? Whether it's tracking your expenses, learning about investments, or simply saving for emergencies, each step brings you closer to stability and success. Money isn't everything, but when managed wisely, it becomes a powerful tool for living the life you truly want. Leadership isn't about power or authority. True leadership is about inspiring others to believe in a shared vision and empowering them to reach their full potential. I often tell my team, a great leader doesn't create followers, a great leader creates more leaders. When you lead with purpose, you don't just guide people, you ignite their passion. In the early days of Alibaba, I didn't have all the answers. But I had a purpose to help small businesses succeed. That purpose became the heart of our leadership. Instead of focusing on profits, we focused on people. When you put your purpose and your team's well-being at the center of your decisions, success naturally follows. Leadership is not about being perfect, it's about being authentic. People are inspired by those who are honest about their struggles and committed to their vision. Share your journey, your failures, and your lessons. Vulnerability doesn't make you weak, it makes you relatable. When your team sees your humanity, they'll trust and respect you more. The best leaders lead by example. If you want your team to work hard, show them what hard work looks like. If you value creativity, create a space where ideas can thrive. Leadership isn't about telling people what to do. It's about showing them the possibilities and guiding them toward their own growth. What kind of leader do you want to be? Leadership isn't a title, it's a responsibility. When you lead with inspiration and purpose, you don't just achieve results, you create a legacy. The world needs more leaders who lead not for themselves, but for the betterment of others. Adversity is something we all face, but what if I told you it's also one of life's greatest gifts? Challenges, failures, and setbacks. They're not obstacles to avoid, but bridges that carry you toward growth and success. I often remind people, every setback carries the seed of an even greater comeback. The question isn't if you'll face adversity, but how you'll use it to rise higher. When I look back at my journey with Alibaba, it was filled with failures. I failed my university entrance exams multiple times, got rejected by countless employers, and even faced ridicule when I started sharing my vision. But here's the truth. Failure wasn't the end of the story. It was the beginning of something greater. Those rejections taught me resilience, creativity, and perseverance. Think of adversity as a storm. It might feel chaotic and destructive in the moment, but storms nourish the soil, making it fertile for growth. Every time you face a problem, you have two choices. let it define you, or use it as fuel to move forward. The challenges you overcome become the foundation of your strength and the inspiration for your next success. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned is to embrace problems with curiosity. Ask yourself, what can this teach me? What opportunity is hidden in this situation? When you approach adversity as a teacher, you'll find solutions where others only see dead ends. You'll turn setbacks into stepping stones. Adversity is not the enemy, it's a test, a teacher, and a chance to rewrite your story. What challenges are you facing right now? Remember, the size of your success is often determined by the size of the challenges you overcome. Don't fear adversity, embrace it. How often do you pause to reflect on your journey? In the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to keep moving without stopping to assess where you are. But reflection is essential. It's the compass that keeps you aligned with your goals and values. I believe success isn't just about taking action, it's about learning from your actions and adjusting as needed. At Alibaba, we made it a habit to review our progress regularly. I would ask my team, what worked, what didn't, what can we do better? These questions weren't about pointing out failures, but about finding ways to improve. Reflection allowed us to stay agile, adapt to change, and consistently move closer to our vision. Think of reflection as a mirror. It shows you where you're thriving and where you need to grow. Without it, you risk drifting away from your goals without even realizing it. A few minutes of daily reflection can bring clarity, helping you identify patterns, celebrate small wins, and course correct when needed. One of the simplest ways to reflect is through journaling. At the end of each day, write down what you accomplished, what challenged you, and what you're grateful for. These small moments of introspection build self-awareness and keep you focused on what truly matters. Reflection isn't about dwelling on the past, it's about learning from it. What have you learned from your journey so far? Reflection isn't just a tool for personal growth, it's a way to ensure that your actions align with your purpose. When you take the time to reflect, you not only honor your progress, but also prepare yourself for the road ahead. Patience is a rare skill in a world that demands instant results. But the greatest achievements in life don't come overnight. They require time, effort, and persistence. I often compare patience to planting a tree. You water it every day, tend to it, and wait. You don't see immediate results, but over time, it grows into something extraordinary. Without patience, you'll never see the fruits of your labor. When I started Alibaba, there were moments of doubt when progress seemed painfully slow. Competitors were moving faster and the pressure was immense. But I reminded myself and my team, great things take time. Rushing the process often leads to mistakes and missed opportunities. Instead, we focused on steady, consistent growth, knowing that our efforts would pay off in the long run. Patience isn't passive, it's active. It's about staying committed to your goals even when results aren't visible yet. Imagine a sculptor chiseling a block of stone. With each strike, progress seems small, but over time a masterpiece emerges. In the same way, your consistent actions, guided by patience, create results that are worth waiting for. Developing patience starts with managing your expectations. Understand that meaningful progress takes time. Celebrate small milestones along the way to keep your motivation alive. When you embrace patience, you gain clarity and resilience, allowing you to navigate challenges without being overwhelmed by frustration. Ask yourself, what dream are you rushing to achieve? Patience doesn't mean delaying your success. It means building a foundation strong enough to sustain it. The best things in life are worth the wait. With patience, you can achieve not just success, but greatness. We often focus so much on the destination that we forget to enjoy the journey. But here's the truth. The journey is where the magic happens. It's where you grow, learn, and discover who you are. I always tell people, the real reward isn't reaching the top of the mountain, it's the climb itself. Looking back on my life, it wasn't the successes that shaped me, but the struggles and experiences along the way. When Alibaba faced its toughest challenges, I didn't realize it at the time, but those moments were teaching me resilience, leadership, and gratitude. If I had only focused on the end goal, I would have missed the lessons that came with the journey. Imagine life as a storybook. Each chapter represents a different part of your journey, the ups, the downs, the unexpected twists. If you skip to the last page, you miss the richness of the story. The same is true for your dreams. The moments of effort, failure, and small victories make the eventual success so much more meaningful. Learning to enjoy the journey starts with being present. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Reflect on how far you've come and the person you're becoming. When you shift your focus from what's next to what's now, you unlock a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. What part of your journey are you in today? The path you're walking is unique to you, and every step matters. Don't rush to the end. Embrace the journey, because that's where life truly happens.
What if the smallest actions in your day held the power to transform your entire life? In a captivating presentation, Jack Ma, co-founder of Alibaba and a beacon of entrepreneurial wisdom, delivered a message that resonated deeply with millions. Jack Ma didn't just share strategies for success. He opened minds to a new way of thinking about life, growth, and opportunity. His insights on leadership, perseverance, and self-improvement weren't abstract theories. They were practical, actionable lessons drawn from his own struggles and triumphs. Jack Ma's journey from repeated rejections to becoming one of the most influential business leaders in the world is proof that transformation begins with mindset. His belief in the power of small, consistent actions to create massive change forms the cornerstone of his philosophy. As he said, "If you don't want to make small mistakes today, you'll never be able to correct big problems tomorrow." This message isn't just for entrepreneurs, but for anyone striving to improve their personal and professional life. In this presentation, Jack Ma unraveled key concepts that are universally relevant. He explored how habits, discipline, and time management form the building blocks of success. He spoke about the importance of resilience, a growth mindset, and emotional intelligence, not just in business, but in relationships and personal development. Each topic was a window into the values that shaped his journey and continue to inspire countless others to pursue their own dreams. Jack Ma's emphasis on purpose and gratitude offered a refreshing perspective on achieving fulfillment. He challenged the audience to rethink their approach to challenges, urging them to see adversity as a bridge to success rather than a roadblock. Every setback, he explained, carries the seed of an even greater comeback. His words were not just motivational. They were a call to action for anyone ready to unlock their potential. Perhaps the most powerful lesson Jack Ma shared was the importance of balancing work and rest. In a world obsessed with productivity, he reminded everyone that true success comes from maintaining energy and focus, not from burnout. This holistic approach to life and business made his message even more impactful, connecting deeply with people of all ages and backgrounds. If you've ever wondered how small improvements, purposeful leadership, and an unstoppable mindset can change your life, this presentation is the blueprint you've been waiting for. Jack Ma's wisdom is not just inspiring, it's transformative. His stories, metaphors, and practical advice make the complex seem simple and the impossible feel achievable. What steps will you take to embrace these life-changing lessons? Are you ready to apply these principles and start shaping the future you've always envisioned? As Jack Ma posed the question, if not now, when? If not me, who? Now that you've uncovered the wisdom shared by Jack Ma, what will you do with it? Transformation begins with action, and the small steps you take today could define the extraordinary life you'll live tomorrow. Will you start building better habits, mastering your time, or leading with purpose? These are the tools Jack Ma has handed you, tools that can turn aspirations into reality. Think about the moments that stood out most to you. Was it the power of resilience in the face of challenges? Or perhaps the reminder that gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance? Maybe it was the realization that your attitude and daily discipline are the foundation of your success. Each lesson holds the potential to create profound change, but only if you choose to act on it. What's your next move? Comment below and share which insight resonated most with you. Revisiting these lessons whenever you need a boost can keep you on track, so don't hesitate to watch this video again when you need inspiration. Remember, success is a journey, and you're in control of every step. Before you go, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you won't miss more transformative insights like these. It's easy to lose track, but subscribing ensures you'll stay connected and continue learning. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're always one step ahead in your journey toward greatness. And if you're ready for more, the next video, Turn Obstacles into Opportunities. Your Path to Success. Jack Ma's advice dives even deeper into strategies that will keep you motivated and empowered. Start now, because your future self is waiting.